Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel, the SD channel, mainly known as Spiritual Desires, for we are always spiritually led to our utmost desires. Alright, so I'm actually going to start this video a little differently. In the last video that I just did for you all, I mentioned how I was going to read some of the messages here on my Yogi Tea, but I forgot to do that. So I'm actually going to start by reading two of these messages. Okay, so again, I love Yogi Tea. I'm not sure if you've ever tried or seen their tea boxes at the stores, but I really do love their tea, especially their positive energy and their perfect energy tea. They match so well together. Mix it with some green tea with a little lemon and honey. Oh my gosh, it's so delicious. Okay, but yeah, so I want to go ahead and read these messages. So one of the tabs right here, it reads, your actions prove your greatness. Okay, let me say that again. Your actions prove your greatness. All right, so you know, if you want to be great, make great decisions. If you want to be great, do great things. Okay, if you want to be great, put out great energy into the universe. All right, so what you choose to do with your time, what the type of efforts you choose to make in this world, they will then be reciprocated back to you. So what you put out is what you get. Put out great things and you will receive great things back to you. All right, next message, it says, never regret your mistakes. Admire the courage it took to attempt the unknown. Let me read that again. Never regret your mistakes. Admire the courage it took to attempt the unknown. All right, so if you know that maybe you've tried something in the past that did not pan out the way that you hoped, it's okay. Failing is not like no one's immune to failure. Okay, a lot of times failing is what helps us to become more perfect in the things that we are trying to become a master in. You probably failed a million times, but then that million and one that time was the time that you got it right. Okay, so it's okay to experience setbacks. It's okay to stumble sometimes. Admire yourself for the fact that you were willing to take the risk. Okay, you were willing to do something that someone else was not willing to do, which is why when you finally receive the accomplishment for your efforts, it'll be because you yourself went out there, you did the work, you did the groundwork, you took the initiative, you took the leap of faith, and you tried. Okay, so give yourself a round of applause for your efforts. It is an A for effort. Okay, and know that regardless of how many times it may take until you finally accomplish something, it doesn't matter. All of those times prior to that moment where you accomplished it, it was setting you up for that perfect moment. Okay, so keep up the good work. Never try to diminish what you put into the good work, and know that one day, if you keep trying, you will reach the fruition of your efforts. Okay, all right. I love this tea. Okay. Sorry about that noise if it was a little too loud. But let's go ahead and get into your reading, okay? Oh, I guess I didn't even really give the whole intro. Again, welcome to the SD channel, y'all, aka Spiritual Desires, for we are always spiritually led to our utmost desires. We here on this channel do collective readings, so all zodiac signs are welcomed here in this safe space. All right, as a disclaimer, these readings are for entertainment purposes only. So if it does resonate with you, that's amazing. If it doesn't resonate with you, that's okay. Maybe this particular message just was not for you. However, if you would like a personal reading, which is more geared towards you and your situation. I have an amazing mentor that offers readings, and she offers a lot of services when it comes to just healing and growing and trying to move in your purpose. Okay, so please check out the description box below, because all of her information will be there. All right, with all of that being said, let's go ahead and get into your reading. All right, so as always, we have to call Spirit in. Spirit, what would you like for the collective to know today? Spirit, thank you so much for joining us on this reading. Thank you so much for giving us the information that we seek. Thank you for guiding us in the right direction, Lord. Thank you so much for supporting us on our spiritual journey here on the SD channel, okay? Spirit, what do you have in store for the collective today? Spirit, what messages do you have in store for the collective today? I hope y'all are doing well. I hope y'all are having a beautiful day. It is a beautiful day where I am. The sun is out. The weather's nice. It has like a nice little wind blow. Yeah, it's just a beautiful day outside. It's actually, for the most part, been a beautiful week. So that's good. Clearly it's starting to be, it's starting to gear up for summer. So it's going to be getting hot over these next months. I'm more of a winter girl, but hey, I'm just glad to be alive during every season. So I'll take what I can get. All right, so for the first card you have out here, it says To the Sea, number 7. All right, so you could be doing a lot of soul searching. You could be wondering, if you're doing the right thing, if you're headed in the right direction. You could be trying to figure out which way is the best way for you to go. What's the best route for you moving forward. You could be wanting to make a change when it comes to your career. You could be wanting to make a change when it comes to your living environment. You could also maybe be wanting to make a change even when it comes to I don't want to really say relationship. I just really want to say relationships in general. It doesn't have to be on a romantic scale, but just in general, you could be maybe wanting to make a change in your friend circle, Maybe you feel like you've outgrown certain people, you've outgrown certain dynamics, you've outgrown certain thought processes, and you're knowing that in order for you to elevate, especially spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically, of course, as well, you're going to have to put yourself in an environment and around people that can help elevate their growth, okay? And maybe right now, you don't feel as though you're in a place that feels like home. You're in a place that really gets you, especially people may not just understand like the pathway that God is calling you to go on. Maybe you are becoming more religious. Maybe you could have even changed your religion recently. And so it's just that maybe the church, like I'm just using religion as an example right now, but maybe the church that you've been a part of majority of your life, it's not fulfilling your spiritual, inner awareness of you. It's not fulfilling you emotionally. It's not fulfilling you spiritually. Maybe your soul is just not really on that same playing field anymore. And so you're trying to figure out maybe a new church home, or maybe you're just trying to figure out what's the right direction for you when it comes to how you want to invest your soul religiously, okay? So again, I just use church as an example, but it could really be any part of your life. All right, so the next card we have out here is TikTok, number 30. Okay, so things could be needing time, especially since you are really trying to figure out what's the right path ahead. You may want to just take your time to process things. Take your time before you just take action, okay? Don't move so impulsively. Things may not be ready right now to kind of embark on a new journey. I would say gather all the information that you need first. Really try to plan ahead. And just kind of sit still and wait until that time seems more, until you feel more ready. Okay. A lot of times we can jump before, it's like you don't want to start the race before the gun goes off, right? Because then you'll be disqualified. So it's like, take your time, breathe in, breathe out. Don't feel as though you need to rush a situation. Give life the time it needs to live. Okay. I know none of us are getting younger, but if you're worried about an age thing, age ain't nothing but a number. Okay. So be patient with yourself, be patient with the moves that you're making, and always ask God first before you make any changes in your life. Always ask Him if that's the direction He has for you. Okay, and when you know that God is talking to you, you'll know the answer when He gives it to you. Okay, so make sure that you're seeking Him first before you do anything. All right. Okay, let's see what else we have here. Spirit, what messages do you have for the collective? Spirit, what messages do you have for the collective? Spirit, what messages do you have for the collective? Let's get one more, Spirit, please. Okay. Alright, so last card we have out here is It's Time to Go. Number 45, I think that's what that says. Yes. Number 45, it's time to go. Okay, so yeah, like I said, before you make any moves, take your time. Know that at the right time, when it's time for you to make that move, again, God will show you the way. You won't have to wonder or question if the direction you're going in is the one that He has in store for you. Don't just run impulsively in a new direction when maybe you haven't even sealed certain things from your past that needs to be closed off in order for this new path to work out in your favor. Okay, so know that if it takes a little longer than expected for your ships to come in, then that means that there was something God wanted you to do in this season that maybe you haven't fulfilled just yet. And you can't go into your new season without this season being, without you fulfilling what it is that you're supposed to do in this season. Okay, so again, take your time, don't rush, don't force anything before before the moment has arrived. Just be cool, okay? And I don't know why I feel the need to say this, but also watch your temper. Alright, so at the bottom of the deck, look at this beautiful card, one of my favorite cards in this deck, and it says Treasure Island. Alright, number 9. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that gold right there sitting on that turtle's back. Look at those beautiful hearts that just flutter around it. It's beautiful. So, and we all know, again, a turtle can move kind of slow, right? So if things need time, take the time. But look what you're going towards. All right, look what you're headed towards. You're going towards fulfillment. You're going towards happiness. You're going towards joy. All right? Look at that. It's beautiful. You're going towards love. You will have all the resources that you need available to you. All right? So just take your time. Like I say, be easy. But know that you're headed in a beautiful direction. You're headed towards fulfillment. You're headed towards a grounded and stable life. You're headed towards happiness. And at the end of the day, that's all that we truly want when it comes to the life that we're all trying to live. We want to be happy. When we wake up in the morning, we want to enjoy the life that we have. All right? So know that even if you are currently in a situation that doesn't fulfill you, it's okay. Find the things in your life that you can be blessed with right now. Okay, because God is blessing us all regardless of our situations. And a lot of times, in order to receive more blessings, we have to already count the ones that we have. So make sure that you are counting your blessings. Make sure that you are thanking God on a daily for everything it is that He gives to you, for all the ways in which He protects you. Look at that word, protect. Okay, God is protecting you. So make sure you know that. Make sure you keep that in mind. Don't ever forget that, okay? Because He is leading you in a very beautiful direction, and you are going to just be so happy when all of your blessings start to come in. It's going to be overwhelming with the amount of blessings that He is going to place in your life. As long as you keep the faith, as long as you keep believing and you stay hopeful and prayerful, then the gifts that God has for you, you will receive them. No ands, ifs, or buts about it. All right? Okay. Let's see what else. Let's see what else we got here. Lord, please show us what it is that you want us to know. Lord, please show us what it is that you want us to know. Lord, what messages do you have for the collective? What is it that you want the collective to know, Spirit? Thank you so much for your guidance. Thank you so much for your wisdom. Spirit, what messages do you have? Yeah, for the collective. Spirit, what messages do you have for the collective? Alright, so for the first card we have out here, we have the Golden Mirror. Alright? It reads, narcissist, love bombing, self-absorbed, and one-sided. Alright, so collective, you or someone you're dealing with could kind of be on a little ego trip here. Alright, that's like the clear message that I'm getting from that card. Alright, so another card we have out here is Ship. Okay, and it says cutting ties, moving on, receive what you need, progression, and arriving. All right, so again, you could be moving forward, needing to take your time as you move in this direction, but moving forward nonetheless. All right, so you could be releasing something or someone from the past. You could finally receive certain information that you have been waiting on. And once that information comes in, you will feel more comfortable and ready to move forward. All right, so the last card we have out here is Coffee Cup. And it says, meeting and talking, savoring the moments, feeling elevated, and building a friendship. Okay, so maybe you're moving towards, especially you got ship, time to go, both here in this reading. So you're definitely moving ahead, okay? If you have been stagnant in a situation, you're definitely going to be moving out of that stagnant situation, and you're going to be moving towards more stable ground, towards more understanding when it comes to the life that you're trying to obtain here, okay? All right, and then at the bottom of the deck, you have key on a ring. It says the many options, unconventional, one night stand, and string alongs. Okay, so you could have 2 or more options that you need to decide on when it comes to love, because I still am being drawn to the treasure island card and all of the hearts that are floating around it. So you could have a love situation where you have 2 or more potentials, and you are going to have to make a decision when it comes to what lover you want to spend your time with, what lover you want to be in a committed relationship with. Okay, so that is just one message that I'm getting here. But also, especially if this has something to do with just like your life goals, and maybe in the past you kind of stumbled a little bit when it came to achieving certain things that you put a lot of effort into, and so maybe you are confused as to why certain things have not panned out in your favor, why you're having a hard time starting this new business, why you're having a hard time going from one education level to the next. Maybe you just recently graduated from high school, you're going to college, but college has been a bit more difficult than what you expected it to be. Whatever the case may be, if you are having trouble figuring out certain life changes that you want to make, again, take your time when it comes to making these changes. Back to the school reference, maybe you need to figure out what major you want to be in, and so you're confused with, you know, do I want to be a psychologist? Do I want to be a medical doctor? Do I want to be a lawyer? Like, whatever it is, you're needing to figure that out. Again, don't try to do it impulsively. Don't feel as though time is not on your side and that you can't take the time to figure these things out. No, especially when it comes to things in your life that are very important like that. You don't want to just impulsively make a move and then it comes back to bite you later on. Trust me, I myself have been there, where I thought that a particular path was for me, and then come to realize as I went down that path, that was never a path that I wanted to go down in the first place. I may have listened to other people and taken other people's advice, and I was maybe trying to people please a little more, and then it ended up biting me in the booty later. Okay, so don't ever force yourself to make a decision that you are not yet ready to make, and take your time. To be honest, with the golden mirror card, I'm now being more geared towards the one-sided. I think that if you are making a decision for your future, it needs to be a one-sided decision. Okay, maybe you need to let your ego kind of be the muse here, in the sense, like maybe sometimes you are more focused on what other people's opinions are of you, and you never really go after what it is that you want for yourself. This time around, I think you need to look in the mirror and figure out what it is that you want, and maybe humbly, you know, and respectfully tell everybody else to get on. Okay, because this is your life that you're living, especially if you know that in the past you've made movements for other people and it didn't do anything but lead you astray. You don't want to make those same mistakes all over again. Okay, so make sure that you are paying attention to what it is that you really want for yourself, and only make the decision to do those things if you really want to. Okay, don't let outside interference determine how you move. All right. And again, if you are confused with what the right step is, it's okay. That is okay. You're not going to get it all at once. Take your time. And little by little, when you know that you're comfortable with making a move, then you make it. But not a second before, okay? All right. Okay, so let's just... Let's go ahead and wrap it up with advice from Spirit, of course. Spirit, what advice do you have for the collective when it comes to this situation? Spirit, what advice do you have for the collective when it comes to this situation? Lord, what advice do you have for the collective when it comes to figuring out what they should do in this situation? All right, so for the first card we have out, it says, okay, these cards are a little hard to read sometimes, but the card that came out says Medusa, and it says Rage, number 23. Okay, I'm going to actually read what the messages are for that oracle card. The next card you have out here, it says Grief, Allah, number 29. Yeah, number 29. Okay, so one more. If you are sad right now, collective, okay, you have to rid yourself of that sadness, okay? It's okay to feel a little taken aback when you're confused with what's going on in your life, when you're maybe confused with what direction you're supposed to be going in. And especially if we are dealing with a romantic situation, maybe you had a situation that left you feeling a sense of solace, not solace, Lord have mercy, feeling a sense of sadness, okay? Maybe you had a romantic situation that never like received closure, and so you've kind of been harboring a little guilt or grief in that situation. You have to release it. You have to let it go, okay? And then the last card you have out here, it says Asasi Ya, number 16, and it says joy, okay? Again, I know I'm pronouncing these names wrong. Asasi Ya, and it says joy, number 16. Okay, so you literally went from grief to joy. All right, and then at the bottom of the deck you have resistance. All right, number 22, and it says gang Sarah. Maybe that's the only one I'm getting right. But again, gang Sarah, and it has resistance. Okay, so again, you go from rage to grief to joy. So those are a lot of emotions all in one. All right, those are a lot of emotions all in one. So maybe you start off feeling upset about something. I think I had them a little mixed up. I did. I don't know. But maybe you start off feeling upset about something, and maybe, you know, the fact that you can't control the situation, it really is triggering you. However, the lack of control then turns into a little bit of sadness inside because you realize you don't have the control. But I feel like once you release the control over whatever it is that you can't control, you start to feel a sense of solace and peace and happiness and joy in your life, okay? So, you know, resist the urge to need to control everything right now, okay? And I think that's kind of the biggest message here is like release control, surrender to the divine, know that God is going to work everything out at the proper time. Let go of what's not serving you, okay? Because if you are holding on to anything that is stopping you from moving forward, then ultimately you're always going to be stuck in the same place. All right, so make sure that you're not letting your past hold you back. Make sure that you're making decisions for yourself, and make sure that you are listening to God's word and not anybody else's, okay? So I did say I was going to read those cards. However, I don't even have the oracle books in front of me. But I think ultimately the messages really came through. I don't really think that there's some more depth that I need to give at this point in time. So I really do hope that you all enjoyed that message. I hope that it resonated with each and every one of you. And I hope that you did receive some type of insight when it comes to how you should move forward in your life and in whatever situation you may be dealing with, all right? Well, that is what I have for you today, collective. I hope, again, that you enjoyed it, and I hope that you come back for the next reading. Until then, be safe, be blessed, be good to yourself, and be good to others. All right, I will see you all in the next one. Bye.